Hi, Dipute. I born Hamotama. Today we are going to discuss our missing lesson, uh, loci and construction. Everyone put the topic as a loci and constructions. Lesson number 14, right? And bring your mathematical instrument box also, right? Compass, protractor, right? Set score and ruler, pencil, eraser, right? Langkatiagan. Okay. Now, the first one, we are looking for the basics locus, right? The loci. The first locus is we known as like this. This is a discussion about the locus. A set of points satisfying one or more conditions is known as a locus. This one you have to memorize, right? A very important thing. This is a definition of the locus points. A set of points satisfying one or more conditions is known as a locus. අපි ලස්සන පුතේ put a star mark and write this notice. Hurry up. A set of points satisfying one or more conditions is known as a locus. Right. Now we are going to discuss basic loci. Now write the topic as a basics loci. You can pause the video and write the every note, right? Video එක pause කරලා පුතේ notes ටික ලස්සන ලියාගන්න, right? Okay. Recordings බලලා ළමයි අනිවාර්යෙන් වැඩි ලස්සන කරන්න ඕනේ, and everyone you have to upload the notes in this lesson also, right? Every note you have to upload into the LMS system. That's compulsory thing, right? අනිවාර්යෙන් කරන්න ඕන. Basics loci. Right. Number 1. Put the number 1. The locus of points on a plane which are at a constant distance from a fixed point, right? The first one is from a fixed point is a circle. From a fixed point is a circle like this, and this one is a capital A. This one is a fixed point. මෙයා පුතේ fixed point එක, right? මේක fixed. වෙනස් වෙන්න බෑ කියන්නේ. Fixed point. Right? Now what is locus? The locus of points on plane which are at a constant distance from a fixed point is a circle. Now use your compass and draw circle. The distance එක ඔයගලන්ට දෙනවා පුතේ question by question. එහෙනම් ලස්සන circle එකක් අපි draw කරමු. Right. And this is a fixed point. Right? Here to here, here to here, here to here. මේ ඕනම කෙනක් අපි ගත්තොත් P1, P2, P3, same distance. This is we called as R, R, R. Right? The same distance. Same distance. මේ හැමතැනට පුතේ එක හා සමාන දුරක් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. That's equal points. A to P1, A to P2, A to P3. The points lie on the circumference, right? And this is the first loci, right? Lesson draw කරගමු. Laci. You're getting the same mark as a radius එක කැමති එකක් ගන්න පුතේ. You can take as a radius as any value, 5 cm, 6 cm, any distance, right? Right. Now I go to the second one. The locus of points which are equidistant from two given points is the perpendicular bisector of line joining the 2 points. Now look at this. The first one is only one fixed point. Now the second one, there are two fixed points. How? Like A and B. A and B. A and B. Now you need to find the answer. What is the locus points of these 2 points? Firstly, we need to join these 2 points. Join use your ruler and join these 2 points. Now look at this. Right. Now we have to find the equidistance to the A and B. That must be equals to the distance from the A and the distance from the B. Right? And this one very specific name. What is that? Perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Then we are going to discuss how to draw the perpendicular bisectors, how to draw the angle bisectors. Now perpendicular means, you know, it should be a 90 degrees. And the bisector means this line, the distance to the A to B, you have to divide into the two equal portions, right? Now look at this. It's like this. Now look at this. This one should be 90 degrees. And here to here, I'm getting as a x here. AX should be equal to the XB. AX equals to the XB. Right? Now, this point I'm getting as a L. This point I'm getting as a M. Right? And LXM should be a 90 degrees. LXB should be a 90 degrees. Now I'm going to mark as a point P here. P1. Now look at this. A to P1 and B to P1 both are same. Both are same. These two lines should be a same. එකම distance any point P1 or this one P2, P3, any points lie on this perpendicular bisector, on the perpendicular bisector, right? We call as a, there are fixed 2 points. If we have a two fixed points, what is a locus points? Perpendicular bisector, right? We have only 1 point, one fixed point, circle, two fixed points, perpendicular bisector, right? Note down these all things. We are going to discuss how to draw the perpendicular bisectors, angles, right? Now, number 3. Now look at that. The locus of points which are at a constant distance from fixed point circle. 2 points, perpendicular bisector. Now we are going to discuss constant distance from a straight line. Now there are no points. Straight line. Straight line are the two straight lines parallel to it, and at the given constant distance from it on either side of it. Now we have a straight line. Now look at this. Now I'm going to draw the locus points equidistant to the straight line. Now straight line is known as AB. Now this is a straight line. Now what are the constructions now? You have to draw parallel line to it, right? And on it either sides. This one parallel to this one, or you can draw downside also. Distance එක දෙනවා පුතේ. To the given distance. To the given distance. The special thing should be these two lines should be a parallel. Now look at this. Here to here. Here to here. Same distance. X, this one should be X. Now here to here. It's a Y. Now here to here. It should be also Y. Same distance. The points lie on these straight lines should be a same. And put this is a straight line. Straight line parallel lines, right? You have to note down this dot and draw this one. And we are going to discuss how to draw the parallel lines and how to draw the perpendicular bisectors, right? Okay. Now put the number 4. And this is the last one about the main loci. Because the loci, the locus points of the equidistance from two intersecting straight lines. Two intersecting straight lines. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතේ ඒ lines දෙක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම intersect වෙන්න ඕන. That must be intersect to each other. Lines is the angle bisector of the angles formed by the intersection of the two lines. මේ බලන්නකෝ වැඩි. Now we have two straight lines and they are intersect each other at O. OA and OB. And this one we call as a intersection point. Now we have two straight lines. Now what is the locus points to equidistance to these straight lines? Angle bisector. This is the angle. You need to bisect. එන හරි මැද්දෙන් අපි ගහමු මේකට එක. Look at this. Now this one equals to this one, right? I note as a P1 here. Now here to here is a X. Now here to here also X. And then now put a සමානයි. We call as equal, right? P1, P2. මේක හැම එකක්. මේක හැමතැනම ගත්තොත් එක එකයි. This was P2. And look at this. Here to here. It should be Y. Now here to here. It should be also Y. Both are equals, right? Now this one we call as a special name. What is that? Angle bisector. We are going to discuss about these ones. The more things about the angle bisectors, right? මතක තියාගන්න පුතේ. There are 4 major loci. Locus points තියෙනවා පුතේ කොච්චරද? 4. First one, equidistance of the point, circle. Equidistance of 2 points, perpendicular bisector. Equidistant is a straight line, parallel lines which is either sides, and its fourth one, equidistant to the two intersecting straight lines. There are two straight lines, angle bisector, angle bisector. Note down these all things. Right. Now you can pause the video and draw these all things and write a notes also, right? Okay. Right. Now we are going to the constructions parts. Then tamai mara vedakaddi. Now write the topic. First one, we are going to the constructing perpendiculars, and there are some specific ones. First one, put the number one, constructing line perpendicular to a given line from an external point. From an external point. From an external point. Now this is a straight line as AB or PQ. I'm going to discuss as a step by step. Right. Now look at the first step. Step number one, draw a straight line segment like this. Your exercise book and name it PQ. Now I'm going to mark as a PQ. Do it with me. Ready? Draw the straight line and name as a PQ. And mark a point external to PQ and name it as a capital L. You have to write as a mark as a point. It should be external point. It's not lie on the straight line. Right? Now I'm going to mark as a L here. This is a point L. I'm going to mark as L here. Right. Now step number two. Taking a length which is more than distance from L to PQ as a radius and capital L as the center. Now use your compass, right? And make a distance more than to distance to L to straight line. Make it a vada vedipura ganna like this. Right? More than. It's not like this. More than the distance to the straight line, like this, right? And this is the size of the radius. Now L take as a center. Now drawn arc such that intersect the line PQ. Name the points of intersection X and Y. Now look at the board. Now I'm going to draw the center as a L. Now I'm going to draw the circle. When I'm going to draw the circle, now I have two intersection points like this. Now I have two intersection points like this. When I'm going to circle, and there are two intersection points, right? And name as the intersection points as X and Y. Now this is a X, this is a Y. Okay. Now next one. Taking each of points X and Y as a center, as a centers, and using the same radius. Now don't change this one, use the same radius. Draw two arcs such that they intersect each other as shown in the figure. As shown in the figure like this. Now I am going to take radius as x. X you place your compass to the x. Now draw the arc like this. Now same thing. Now place your compass to the point y as a radius. Now draw the arc. like this. Now I have two intersection points, two arcs, and this is the intersection point. I think this one's very clear, right? Now, name it as a simple capital M. Now I am going to mark as a capital M, right? Now join the points L and M. Join the points L and M. Name the points which LM intersects PQ as D. Now I am going to mark as a LM, joining LM. Now intersection point is here. I am going to mark as a D. Now measure and write the magnitude of LDP. LDP. It should be a 90 degrees. Therefore, this is the perpendicular drawn from the external point. May put external point again. External point. And this one we call as a perpendicular. Right. अब last one we can draw karamu. These are compass. These are ruler. Okay. Now I am going to the next one. Number 2. Constructing a line perpendicular to the given line through point on the line. Construct a line perpendicular to a given line through a point on the line. Now this is external one. Now we are going to draw perpendiculars through the points lie on the straight line. Straight line is udah dene ka. Step number 1. Draw the straight line and mark it as a AB. Mark as AB. Now mark the point on it and name it P. Now this one I'm going to mark. Now this one I'm going to mark as a P. Okay. Now next step. Taking a length less than the length PA as the radius PA meter වඩා අඩුවෙන් ගන්න ඕන, right? As a PA. Now taking the P as a center and draw two arcs using the pair of compasses such that they intersect the line segments PA and PB. මේ බලන්න පුතේ. එහෙනම් මම දෙපැත්තෙන් කපා ගන්නවා ලස්සනට like this, less than PA. Now this is my first intersection point. And this is my second intersection point. දෙපැත්තෙන් කපා ගන්නවා, right? Right. Do it. තරබු ලස්සනට නේ? Right. Now name the points as a M, L, and N. I'm going to mark as a L, and this point is a M. Right. Next step. Taking a length greater than one taken is step 2. Right? And අපි කලින් ගත්තු length එකට වඩා දැන් වැඩිපුර ගන්නවා. Like this. මේවයි ගමු. As a radius. And taking the L and F as a centers. Now place the compass as a center to the L and draw the arc like this. Right? As of what? Draw the arcs that intersect each other shown in the figure, right? Now look at this. This is the first arc. Now I'm going to place the as a M also to the same thing. Now this is my second intersection points, right? Now look at this. This is the intersection point, right? Now name the point intersection as N, capital N. Now I'm going to mark as a capital N. That's easy thing. Distance you have to make as a greater than the PB, PA, right? Now center, use the center as L and M. Place your compass to the L and draw the arc, and same thing, place there as a M and draw the arc. And now this has a intersection point, right? Now join NP. Now I'm going to join NP. Whoa, look at this. Now this one should be a 90 degrees. And this is the way how to draw the perpendiculars, right? Through the P. P then. The on the line, situated on the line, right? Right. Now you know how to draw the perpendiculars from an external point to the straight line and through the point lie on the straight line. Now there are two things. Now third one, constructing a line perpendicular to given straight line segment through an end point. Right. I'll write the topic as a number 3. Through an end point. Through an end point. Right. Now look at this. I'm going to teach how to draw the perpendiculars through the endpoints. Now draw the line segment as AB or PQ, anything, and take as a PQ. Okay. Now PQ straight line segment. Now what are the endpoints? Now Q is the endpoint, right? Now I am going to draw. Now I am going to draw perpendicular through Q. Perpendicular. Now I want to draw the perpendicular through the point P. Sorry, point Q or point P. Point P or point Q. Right. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing. Right. Now look at this. I'm going to extend this line. I'm going to extend this line like this. I'm going to extend and using the compass, and I'm going to doing the same thing previously we done. Place your compass to the point Q as a center and some as a radius, so less than something, right? I'm going to draw the arc. This is the first arc, and I'm going to draw the second arc like this. Now we have intersection points, right? Now I'm going to mark as a L and M. Now this one is a L, this one is a M. Now we have a 2 intersection point. Now extend the length of the radius of the compass and draw the intersection lines like this, up or down, and place the compass as a center as a L in tibba. Now you can draw the arc like this. Now do the same thing, make a get as a center as a L. Now this is my intersection point. Now I am going to mark as a X here. Now I am going to draw Join the x and the xq. Now this one should be a perpendicular. Yes. Aha. That's the way. Right? Right. Now do it. ලස්සන කරමු පුතේ. හැමෝම මට මේකේ photos upload කරන්න ඕනේ. The every students you have to upload your notes into the LMS system as a PDF files, right? I want to check it. Right. Number 4. That's a very special thing. අපි ස්ටාමාක් දාගමු එකට. Now this is a constructing the perpendicular bisect of the straight line segment. Straight line segment. Perpendicular bisect. And that is the locus points to the given 2 points. මතකද? Points දෙකක් තිබුණොත් perpendicular bisector. Now I am going to draw. Right. Step number 1. Taking the length greater than the half of the length of xy as the radius. Now look at this. Now this is the xy as a straight line. Now here is x and here is a y. What is the step number 1? Now you have to get as a radius to the your compass. Now the important thing is it should be greater than the 50% of this line. Right? If you want to draw the perpendicular bisector of the xy straight line, you need to get the as a radius more than 50% of this line. This one is not suitable because it's less than 50% of this line. You need to greater than the half of this line, right? And without changing it, like a change draw 2 arcs with x and y as the centers. Now you have to place your compass as x, taking x as a center and taking the y as a center, and draw the 2 arcs and the intersections lines like this. Now look at this. More than 50%, right? It's okay. Now I'm going to mark here as a arc, up one and the down one, like this. And do the same thing to the y. Take the y as a center. Now draw the arc. Take the y as a center and draw the arc like this. Now I have 2 intersection points. Right? Now look at this. Right? And such a intersection each other. Name the point of intersection as a P. Right. Now look at this. Step number 2. As done above, right? Taking x and y as the centers, draw 2 other arcs as the intersection each other on the sides, x, y opposite, and the name as a Q. Right. Now look at this. Now this one I'm going to name as a P, and this one I'm going to name as a Q. Okay. Join PQ and name the points PQ intersects XY as a M. Now I am going to join P and Q. Now this one should be a 90 degrees and this one I am going to take as a capital M. Right. Now measure XM and MY. Today, XM should be equal to the MY. Right? Now you can write as a XM should be equal to the MY and the PMY equals to the PMX, right? Equals to the 90 degrees, right? Therefore, this one we call as a perpendicular bisector, right? Now look at this. You would have identified in the above activity that xm equals to the my and xmp equals to the 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees, as well as according to PQ, bisect the line. Look at this. PQ is straight line, bisect the XY straight line perpendicularly. Perpendicularly bisected. Therefore, that name we called as a specific name, perpendicular bisector, right? Therefore, this is a PQ is a perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. Right. අපි ලස්සන මේ ටික ඔක්කොම ලියාගමු පුතේ. Perpendicular bisector. Right. Now we are going to the constructions related to angles. Constructions related to angles. First one, very specific thing, and now we know the first one, perpendicular bisectors. කොහොමද පුතේ straight line එකක් bisect කරන්නේ? Now you can bisect the straight line we call as a perpendicular bisector, and in this case we are going to discuss constructing the angle bisector. The angle bisector. That's the topic. Constructing the angle bisector. Step number one, draw an arc with O as a center such that intersects the arms OA and OB. Now listen. Now I'm going to write as a acute angle OAB. Now O is a vertex point, AOB angle. Now what is step number one? Draw an arc with O as a center, right, and intersects OA arm and OB arm. Now intersection points you can write as a X and Y. Now place your compass to the point O as a center. Now I am going to draw the circle. Now this is first intersection point, and this is the second intersection point, right? Now I'm going to mark as M and X and Y. Next step, using the pair of compass and taking the suitable radius, construct two arcs with x and y as the centers. Getting the centers of x and y. Now draw the arcs, and that arc should be intersect to each other. Right? Now name the points as intersection points as a P. Now look at this. Now get your compass and get a suitable radius. Right? Got the suitable radius here, කැමති විදියට. Right? Now take the center as x and y. Now I'm going to place the compass to the x as a center and draw the arc like this. Do the same thing. Now don't change the compass. Now place the compass to the y. Now draw the arc again. Aha. Now I have an intersection point. Now I'm going to name as a P. Now this is a point P. Now, next step, step number 3. Join OP. I'm going to join. Wow, look at this. This angle, the AOB angle, bisected by the OP line. Now, AOP and AOP, AOP should be equal to the POB. POB. Therefore, OP is a angle bisector. Therefore, check, right? Angle bisector. මේ දෙන්න හරි සමානව පුතේ දෙකට කැඩෙනවා ලස්සන. Therefore, you can write as a AOB. The whole angle is 2 times AOP or 2 times POB. එහෙම කියන්න පුළුවන් නේ. notes upload කරන්න ඕනේ හැමෝම ලස්සන්ට. දැන් මම බෝඩ් එක කරනවා නේ ඉන්ස්ට්‍රුමන්ට් එක පොතේ කරන්න ලේසි ඔයගලන්ට නේ. මට තමයි අමාරු. right? Right. Now I'm going to constructing angles. Now for the number 1, constructing 60 degrees. Right, this was very interesting. We are going to draw the 60-degree angle without using protractor. Protractor use කරන්න නැතුව තමයි අඳින්නේ උදේ. Right? And after we are drawing, you can check your protractor. You can check your measurements, right? Right. Topic 11 හැමෝම නේ? Yeah. Step number 1. Draw a straight line segment in your exercise book and name it OA. අඳින්න මෙන්න වැඩි. O and A. And this is a straight line, OA. අඳින්න හැමෝම. Second one, taking O as a center, and construct an arc such that intersects OA as shown in the figure. Name the points intersection as X. Now listen. Now I'm going to draw the taking as a some arc like this. Right? It's less than the OA. OA ට වඩා අඩුවෙන් ගන්න. වැඩියෙන් ගන්න බෑ නේද? Right? Now I'm going to get as a O radius as OA and draw the arc like this. Draw the arc like this. And name the point of intersection X. Now I'm going to mark as a intersection point as x. Now this one is x. Right. Now without changing the length of radius, then make venas කරන්න බෑ. Same. Right? Same. Right? Now and taking the x as a center now, draw another arc using your compass such that it intersects the first arc. Right? This is the first arc. Now I'm going to place the compass and using the x as a center. Now place the compass to the x. Now draw the arc like this. Wow. Now my intersection point is here. Now name as a y. Now I'm going to name as a y. Now this is a y. කරමු හැමෝම ලස්සනට එන්න ඕනේ. Now join the points O and Y. Now I am going to join O and Y like this. Now this one should be a 60 degrees. Definitely 60 degrees. කරලා බලමු හැමෝම measure කරලා බලන්න. Using a protractor and measure it. This one should be 60 degrees. Okay. Now I am going to 60 constructing an angle 120. 120. Number 60 and the now we are going to the drawing 120 without using protractor. Right. Now listen. This was very easy. Now I am going to draw firstly arc and mark as a OA. This is a straight line OA and this is the arm of the 120 degrees angle. Now using our compass and I'm going to doing the same thing so previously we done. Draw the 60 degrees. How to draw the 60 degrees? Use our compass and take as a O as a center. Now draw the arc like this. Now in this case, I am going to draw like this because I know the 120 is like a more than 90. Therefore, I'm going to draw the arc like this. Right? Now, don't change the radius of this compass and look at this. Now, intersection points, I am going to mark as X now here. Now, place your compass to the X as a center. Now, draw the arc. Now, this is the first intersection point and we know this is a 60 degrees. Here to here, here to here, 60 degrees. Now, don't change, right? Now, again, place the compass to the Y. And I'm going to mark as a Y here. Now, don't change the length of the radius. Now, take as a Y as a center now. Now, draw the arc again. Now, we done. Now, this one should be a 120 degrees. Now, look at this. This one should be a 120 degrees. අනිවාර්යෙන් වෙන්න ඕන. කරලා බලමු. And name as a Z. Enak Z O A, it should be 120 degrees. Last one, don't have what? Right. Now, think a method to draw 30 degrees, 90 degrees, and 45 degrees. Now I'm going to draw the 30 degrees. Now I'm going to draw the 90 degrees. And I'm going to draw the 45 degrees also. Right? मैं तुम दिन आप draw करने यार. That's the topic. Now think a method. Now think a method. How to draw the 30 degrees, how to draw the 90 degrees, and 90 degrees you can draw. Right? What is that? Perpendicular, sorry, bisectors. We call as a perpendiculars, right? And up the perpendicular draw and pull over. Right? Right. Hammer lasanda 90 degrees draw. Draw the straight line and we love the construct the perpendicular to it. Right? Karoban. Hammer pulang karana. 90 degrees. How to draw the 90 degrees? That's very easy. And draw the line and mark as OA. And you have to choose a O and A, OOA, right? As a vertex point. Now I'm going to choose the O, right? And I'm going to extend the line like this. Right? Like this, right? Now this is the O. Now I'm going to take as a O as a center. Now draw the arcs like this. Perpendiculars through the endpoints. Now it's a radius like this, and take these two intersection points as a centers and draw the arc like this. Right. Now this is the intersection point. Now I am going to draw like this. Now this is a 90 degrees and OAB. Therefore, OAB should be a 90 degrees. Very easy. ලස්සට කරමු හැමෝම. Right. Now we are going to discuss about the 30 degrees. හරි. මෙතන දෙයක් හිතන්න කියලා දුන්නා. දැන් ඔන්න බලමු කට්ටියට හිතිච්ච දෙද කියලා. Right. And you know 30 is a half of the 60 degrees. Yes or no? Yes, sir. This is a half of the 60 degrees. Now, firstly, I'm going to draw the 60 degrees angle like this. And this is the O and this is the A. Now I'm going to draw the 60 degrees. How to draw the 60 degrees? I use a compass and draw the arc and choose as O as a center. Now draw the arc like this. Now I'm going to choose this intersection point and draw the arc. Now this one should be a 60. Draw when I'm going to draw like this, and this one should be a 60. But I need to divide it into two. And what's the name of that? Angle bisector. How to draw the angle bisector? You need to place your compass to this point and this intersection points. This one and this one. Now I am going to place this one and draw the arc like this. And I am going to place a compass to this intersection point as a center. Now draw the arc like this. Now I have a intersection points. Now definitely this one here to here I'm going to mark as a B. Now AOB, it should be a 30 degrees. Make 30 degrees. Right. And draw and measure. Measure කරලා බලන්න පුතේ ඇඳට පස්සේ හැමෝම. Right. This is a 30 degrees. Right. Now same thing. How to draw the 45 degrees? Then on the way there. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Because 45 degrees is equals to the half of the 90 degrees. And I'm going to you need to draw the 90 degrees. Firstly, you need to draw the 90 degrees. Now this is a straight line, and this is a O, this is a A. Now I am going to extend the line, and this one is using as a O, right? This is extended part, right? Now I am going to draw the 90 degrees. How to draw the 90 degrees? You have to use the compass and draw the two arcs like this one and this one, and take the radius as like this. Now we have a two intersection points. Now here and here. Now this is a 90 degrees. Now look at this. Use this intersection point and use this intersection point. Use two intersections points, and this is a 90 degrees, right? Right. Now look at this. Now I'm going to use like this, and this one I mentioned as a dash color one. Now look at this, here to here, and this one should be a 90 degrees. This is a 90 degrees, right? But I want to draw the 45 degrees, right? Now look at this. I could use the same arc to here. This arc, I'm going to same arc here and draw the like this, right? That means you had to draw the arc again to here, right? Here. Draw the same thing, right? Now this one should be a 90 degrees. Now look at the first intersection points as a here. I'm going to mark as a M and mark as a L. Now use the M and L and get in the radius like this. Now place your compass to the M and draw the arc, and place your compass to the L and draw the arc. Now this is a angle bisector of the 90 degrees. Now this one should be a 45 degrees. Not, it's definitely 45 degrees. Now O A O B, it should be a 45 degrees, right? කරමු බාන පුතේ හැමෝම ලස්සනට කරන්න ස්ටෙප්ස් ටික මම කරනවා බලන්න රිපීට් බලන්න වීඩියෝ එක රෙකෝඩින් එක. Right. Now we draw 30 degrees, we did 45 degrees, we did, and 90 degrees also we did. Right. අපි ඔක්කොම ටික කරා පුතේ එහෙනම්. Right. එහෙනම් the first locus points, equidistance point, fixed point, circle, equidistance 2 points, angle bisector, equidistance straight line, parallel lines, and equidistant two straight lines as intersections ones, angle bisector. And you already know about this, how to draw the perpendicular bisectors and how to draw the angle bisectors and how to draw the perpendicular to the given points. Through the points, an external point to the straight lines and the end points. There are three things. As well as constructions parts, how to construct the 60 degrees, how to construct the 90 degrees, how to construct the 30, 45, and 120 also. We did the all constructions related to the angles, right? Now, this Saturday, I am going to continue the other things that are related to the constructions, right? Therefore, hammer ලස්සන්ට මේ වැඩ ටික කරලා you need to upload your notes into the LMS system please, right? මට බලන්න ඕන, right? එහෙනම් පුතේ හැමෝටම God bless you. Bye. පරිස්සමට ඉන්න. වැඩේ ලස්සනට කරමු. And we have exam now, right? Therefore we have to ready for our exam, right? And God bless you. Bye all.